Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour. I wasn't sure what way to do this. I'm going to just tell you my favorite and my least favorite book that is on that shelf. Let's get right into this. So here's a quick overview of both my bookshelves. And we will start with the small one first. So this is the very top of my small shelf. So I don't actually have any books on top of it. So I just have a lava lamp, a box of fairy lights that are unopened, a hole puncher, a board eraser, and then just some stationery. And then these are fairy lights. They're blue. That is the first shelf. So then this is the only shelf on this bookshelf that actually has any books on it. So we have this little book of Michelle Obama quotes, which our school gave us when we finished. I have this tiny little Disney Cinderella book, just from my childhood. It's a bit battered. Cinderella was always my favorite princess. Then I have the Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson. I do not have the third one because it is not out in paperback yet, but it is soon. So The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. 2 books by Becky Albertalli, the Arc of the Side series by Neil Shusterman, the Percy Jackson series. I haven't read any of the rest of his series, but I am curious. I have this tiny little telescope that I got, again, just a little thing I got when I was younger, and a candle, which it smells just of like clean clothes, and I don't really like candles. But then I have To Kill a Kingdom, and then I have Carry On and Wayward Son. I didn't really like Wayward Son that much, but look how beautiful that is. Bottom 2 shelves are just full of they're pretty empty, but I kind of have just some bits and pieces shoved on them, but when I actually get books to fill them up, I'll clear them off. So I just have like a power pack. I have loads of fairy lights that I don't know where to put. I have this little R that it's supposed to like go on a door. That's little me. And yeah, I got that for a present when I was young enough. And then I just have my laptop and some sunglasses down there. So that is the small shelf. But also in here I have some posters and stuff, but I don't really like putting stuff on my walls here. But when I go back to my granny's house for college, if I ever go back, I will put them up there. My favorite one is the Shades of Magic, the 4 Londons. It came in the box set. I do love that one. And then I have a beautiful art print from when I met Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. So next I'm going to work my way up my white shelf. So I'm going to just go like that maybe. I don't know. But I have drawers down here, but I just have like CDs and stuff in them. So I'm not going to show those. So I have Harry Potter stuff on, which obviously we do not support. Transphobes here. I bought all this stuff before, or I got given this stuff all before all of that happened. The thing is, this is like one of the only things that I have actual merch for, but I didn't even, like, I liked Harry Potter, but it was never one of like my top 5 series, but it's just the only one that has like really accessible merch, so I just bought stuff. I have Tales of Beedle the Bard and The Cursed Child, which, so right in the back there, you can see I have a couple other things. So I have the Stardust series by Linda Chapman. It was my favorite series when I was about 9, I think. And then I have the Kathy Cassidy Chocolate Box Girl series, which that was probably my favorite when I was about maybe like 11-ish. I have the Harry Potter series, and then I have the Folk of the Air by Holly Black. I'm not the biggest fan of these. This is one of my favorite covers that I own. I think it is absolutely beautiful. I'm just kind of a sucker for foiling as well, and then just the colors on it are just really great. Also, I totally forgot that I was supposed to like show you which I would say is my least favorite and which I would say is my favorite books on each shelf, so sorry about that. So on my first small just wooden shelf, I would say on that shelf my favorite is The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson, and my least favorite is Leon the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. And then on my Harry Potter Folk of the Air shelf, I'm not taking Harry Potter out of the box because it's so hard to get back in, but my favorite on that shelf is The Prisoner of Azkaban, and my least favorite, it's The Cursed Child. So as you can see back here, I have all of my Throne of Glass books. I'm not the biggest fan of the series. I like the first 2. I'm kind of meh on the third, and I hate the fourth and fifth, and then I'm kind of meh on 6 and 7. So a bit of a wild ride of opinions there. Then I have some Taylor Jenkins Reid, Hank Green, Catherine Arden, Erin A. Craig, Spin the Dawn, Unravel the Dusk, and the Witchland series by Susan Dennard. So my favourite book on the shelf would be Blood Witch by Susan Dennard, the third book in the Witchland series. I adore this book so much. So then I would say that my least favourite book is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have mixed feelings on this. Obviously, I'm not counting the books back there because books back there are books that I wouldn't consider favourites anyway, so I'm just talking about favorites and least favorites of the front because then it would be either Queen of Shadows or Empire of Storms. I didn't like either of those. But Daisy and Jones and the Six, yeah, I have kind of mixed feelings. I liked it and then I didn't like it and then I liked it, and in the end I think I gave it maybe like a 3.5 or something. So it's still not bad, but this shelf I do like a lot of the books on there, a lot. So then this is the next shelf. So I have a little angel here that I think my nanny gave it to me. So then at the back, I have the Maze Runner series by James Dashner and the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. Again, they're series that I'm not the biggest fan of, so that's why they're kind of shoved up to the back, because I really want to display the ones that I really love. So I have Lost Boy by Christine Henry. I have all of my Marissa Meyer books. I would say I prefer the Luna Chronicles over the Renegade series. And then I also have Sadie by Courtney Summers, which these two are definitely kind of just don't fit here. And then this is my school yearbook. I would say my favorite book on here is probably Lost Boy, but I do also really love Sadie. And Sadie is one of my favorite covers of all time. My least favorite, obviously again, not including the ones at the back, is probably Supernova. I was quite disappointed by this. So at the back I have the Twilight series, which I kind of want to take them out to show you, but honestly it's just way too much effort. But I have the ones that have the really pretty red sprayed edges and they look so nice, but the covers are actually filthy. And then I have the Three Dark Crown series by Kendara Blake. I have a little pig and I also have a little hippo. So then I have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, the Illuminae Files, the Nevernight Chronicles, and Chaos Walking. So for this one, I would say my favorite book here is probably Illuminae. I really love this. My least favorite book on the front of the shelves are God's Grave. Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. So then we're on to our next shelf. So this one's actually kind of mainly contemporary books. I kind of try and keep genres together, but a lot of the time it just doesn't work and they just won't fit that way. But I always try and keep authors together, definitely, and then if I can, I keep genres together. So I have all my John Green books: Book Thief, Beartown, With the Fire and High, Radio Sounds, Loveless, Dick and Charlie, Heartstopper. I have a adorable little unicorn. And then I have a whole load of bookmarks. A lot of them are just book depository ones. So my favorite book on the shelf, so it is without a doubt Radio Silence. It's one of my favorite books of all time. And then my least favorite book on the shelf would probably be maybe Looking for Alaska. I'm not sure. I can't really remember my feelings on it. So then this next shelf, again, this one doesn't have any behind like the last shelf I showed you. I didn't mention that, but probably should have. So I just have this little blue lantern thing. It doesn't even work anymore. No, it does. Never mind. I lied. And then this, if any of you remember One Direction perfumes, this is just like the crown off it, which I would like to say that perfume smelled disgusting. I have the Raven Cycle and then the first book in the Dreamer trilogy by Maggie Stiefvater, and then I have all my Grishaverse books by Lee Bardugo. My favorite book on here is probably The Raven Boys. Even though I'm not sure was this one actually my favorite book in the Raven Cycle. So maybe it was Blue Lily. I think Blue Lily, Lily Blue was my favorite. Yeah, so I'm honestly not sure. So my least favorite is probably Ruin and Rising, but I will say that I love the spines of these. I don't really like the covers too much, but I do love the spines. Okay guys, so I'm sorry for this. The last 4 of these, I do have to hold it, which my hands are not the steadiest, but I don't have anything high enough to put it on. This will have to do. So this is one of my V.E. Schwab shelves: Everyday Angel, Dark Ball, Mirror Witch, Savage Song, Our Dark Duet, Vicious, Vengeful. My favorite book on here is probably The Savage Song, and my least favorite is the 3rd book in Everyday Angel collection. So then this is going to be my second V.E. Schwab shelf, but for now it is a mix of Marvel and V.E. Schwab. When I get the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, I am getting a special edition, so I'm going to put it there and I'm going to have to move all of that stuff. So I do have my Dark Shade of Magic. Okay, so obviously I have the Dark Shade of Magic. So I have, it's a Mr. Potato Head, but it is Spider-Man, so I call him Spider Spud. And then I have Spider-Man Homecoming, and I have a keyring with Spider-Man on it. And then I have the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the box sets. That's the word. So phase 1, so this had Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, The First Avenger, and Avengers Assemble. And there's some really cool stuff in all of these. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but this one is obviously modeled after Tesseract. And so obviously it has all the DVDs inside. It also comes with a little like shield package, and it just has like some really cool artwork. We have the Avengers Assemble, Thor, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, and Captain America, The First Avenger. And then on the back, they all start to make up a picture of Thanos. And then again, I won't go through them all this time, but they also have just small kind of A4. Yeah, they have A4 like movie posters. So yeah, they show them all on the back. So then phase 2, and again, so that's all of the ones that are in there. And then phase 3 is split into 2 parts. So this is phase 3. That's just all artwork inside, and then phase 4, and that's all of the stuff inside. We are at the last 2 shelves. So both of them are Cassandra Clare. So we have, oh my god, my hands are so shaky, sorry. So Chain of Gold, Coast of Shadow Market, Shadow Codex, Red's Gold Magic, The Lost Book of the White I'm currently reading, and then the Dark Artifices. So then at the top I have an illustrated history of notable Shadowhunters, and then I have the movie, which is, I love that movie, okay? And I know it's not great, but I still love it. And then I also have a photo from when I met Cassandra Clare. My second shelf, so I have these little things that have all fallen over. They're just like little pottery. I have the Infernal Devices, which is my favorite series. And then behind them I have the Mortal Instruments, and I have the Bane Chronicles and Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy. And then I have a Herondale ring, which my sister got me for my birthday a couple years back. At the very top, so I have some fairy lights, and then I also have all of my Sims games. So I said while I was at it, I might as well just show you my little Disney shelf. So I have a Disney CD of all the greatest hits. I have a Cogsworth clock. That's in Olaf iPad case. I have a little chip keyring, a chip cup, Minnie Mouse, I think mints were in there, a little Cinderella glass shoe, Poison Apple mug, which I love this mug so much, it's so cool, and my little Minnie Mouse Tsum. And yeah, I have a lot of Disney stuff that I just realized how bad it is. So I have Cinderella on DVD, I have Cinderella on video, Cinderella 2 on video, I have Snow White on video, and I have Mulan on video. I'm not even that big of a Snow White fan, but it's just like we were going through stuff and we were putting some stuff up in the attic and, you know, getting rid of stuff or whatever, and just these videos I was like, no, I have to put them with my Disney stuff. I have some Cinderella socks. I have never worn them. And then, oh, here's the other One Direction perfume top. Light, it's just battery powered, so it's cute. And then another iPad case and a little snow globe, and Olaf has fallen over. And so then the other stuff that I have up here, I have a Sylvanian family. It's the Courtyard restaurant. If any of you had Sylvanians growing up, let me know. I love them. And yeah, it's still up here. I have a class photo, which I'm not going to show you. And then I have the tickets from when I went to see Les Mis and when I went to see Wicked. And yeah, I was supposed to go see Les Mis again this year. I was supposed to see Six, Waitress, and Heathers, and all of them have been postponed, obviously. So I'll have to hold on for a little while longer before I get to see them. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this awkward attempted video. it was quite awkward because I had no idea what way to film this. So, oops. If you did, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.